Hi there, my name is Art, and I'd like to read you a story called The Sneetches. It's a story that my father read to me when I was a young boy, and I absolutely loved it. It's still one of my favorite stories. So I'm going to read The Sneetches for you, and I'm going to do my best to show the pictures up by the camera. Bear with me, because it's hard to show the pictures and read at the same time, okay? All right, so here we go. Here's the Sneetches, and here you see two different Sneetches. There's one Sneetch that has a star on his belly and one that does not. Here we go. And that's very important. Pay attention to who has stars and who doesn't. Now, the star-bellied Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain-bellied Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small, you might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But look, the Sneetch without the star on his belly looks very sad, doesn't he? But because they had stars, all the star-bellied Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-bellied sort." And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. Look at that. Snoots in the air. See their snoots in the air? When the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You only could play if your bellies had stars, and the plain-bellied children had none upon theirs. See, look at that. The star-bellied Sneetches are having all sorts of fun, but they're not letting the Sneetches without stars on their bellies join in. When the star-bellied Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain-bellied Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain-bellied Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced, in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy. But I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need. And my prices are low, and I work at great speed. And my work is 100% guaranteed." I wonder what Sylvester McMonkey McBean is going to do for those Sneetches. Looks like he has some strange machine in his car. Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, "You want stars like a star-bellied Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about. But the thing really worked. When the plain-bellied Sneetches popped out, look, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start, "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know? They all frowned. If which kind is what, or the other way round? Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on beaches. And all it will cost you is $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches, who have them on theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Hey, look at that. They come out with no more stars on their bellies. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about. Look at that. There's snoots in the air. Snoots in the air, they paraded about. And they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. We know who is who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines, they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept running through. Until neither the plane nor the star bellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Look at that. What a mess. And look at all of the money that Sylvester McMonkey McBean is making. He is rich. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed. He laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch. Look at them. Look how tired they all are. All of their money is gone. Sylvester McMonkey McBean has it all, and they're all pooped. But McBean was quite wrong, I'm quite happy to say, that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches. And no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. The very happy Sneetches. See? Thank you. That's The Star-Bellied Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. It's a wonderful book. I hope you enjoyed it.